Have you ever seen a battle so intense, so raw, and so heartbreakingly beautiful that it forever etches itself into the soul of every anime fan who witnesses it? Because when Rock Lee stood before Gaara during the Chunin Exams, the entire shinobi world held its breath as a taijutsu specialist with no ninjutsu or genjutsu dared to defy a sand-wielding prodigy whose monstrous power could crush bones without lifting a finger. It's the final rounds of the Chunin Exams in the Hidden Leaf Village arena. The stands overflowing with eager spectators, the legendary Jonin elders, and hopeful Genin all fixated on this unlikely showdown, where on one side stands Gaara of the Sand, the youngest child of the Kazakage, his cold eyes rimmed with dark rings and his gourd towering behind him, a living weapon ready to devour anyone who threatens him. And on the other side, Rock Lee, the underdog with bushy eyebrows, green jumpsuit, and thick weights strapped to his legs. A living testament that sheer hard work can sometimes roar louder than genius itself. As the match begins, Gaara's sand instantly swirls around him, a living shield, unyielding and automatic, a perfect defense that makes even the bravest opponents hesitate. But Lee, with the unwavering eyes of someone who knows only perseverance, charges forward with raw speed, unleashing a flurry of taijutsu strikes that, to the shock of everyone watching, push Gaara-sama sand back inch by inch, and in that moment you can see the first tiny crack appear in the belief that Gaara is untouchable. But this is just the beginning, because when Guy-sensei nods his head, giving Lee permission to remove the heavy weights strapped around his ankles, the entire stadium shakes as those seemingly simple weights crash to the ground with the force of small meteors. And in that thunderous impact, everyone realizes just how much Lee has been holding back. And when he moves again, it's as if he disappears into thin air, reappearing only to deliver devastating blows that even Gaara's sand struggles to keep up with. With each strike, Lee's determination burns brighter than ever, his body a blur of green and sweat and sheer willpower. And when he unleashes the primary lotus, wrapping Gaara in his bandages and spinning him violently toward the ground, time almost seems to stop as the impact shakes the arena. A moment so breathtaking that even the stoic Gaara looks vulnerable, if only for a heartbeat. But monsters don't fall that easily, and Gaara, bleeding for the first time in his life, responds not with fear but with unleashed rage, the sand gourd cracking open, forming monstrous claws and a shield that begins to morph into the terrifying Shukaku form. And in that instant, the balance shifts as Lee's greatest weapon, his speed, collides with a wall of sand that seems to regenerate endlessly, trapping him in a desert coffin that threatens to crush every bone in his body. Yet what makes this battle unforgettable is not just the clash of techniques or the dazzling animation, but the soul of Rock Lee himself, because even as his bones crack, even as his body screams in agony, even as he loses consciousness, some deep, unbreakable instinct keeps him standing, his battered body moving on pure muscle memory, throwing one last punch toward Gaara. A punch that, though futile, shines brighter than any jutsu, reminding everyone watching that true strength doesn't always come from bloodlines or beasts sealed inside you, but from the heart of someone who refuses to give up. And perhaps the most gut-wrenching moment of all is when Might Guy, Lee's beloved sensei and father figure, rushes to his side, tears streaming down his face as he cradles his unconscious student, because in that moment, every shinobi, from the Hokage to the lowliest Genin, understands that Rock Lee has done more than just fight Gaara. He's shown the world the limitless potential of the human spirit, and that sometimes the greatest victories are not measured by who stands at the end, but by who dares to stand at all. Years later, fans still remember this clash, not just because of its breathtaking choreography or its brutal stakes, but because it perfectly captures what Naruto has always been about: the clash between talent and effort, The idea that you don't need to be born special to become extraordinary, that even when you're told you'll never succeed, you can push past every limit you thought you had and stand toe-to-toe with monsters. And even if you lose, you win something far more powerful: the respect of everyone who believed in you and those who never did. So, if you ever find yourself questioning whether your hard work matters, if you ever wonder whether the hours, the sweat, the sacrifices will ever pay off, just remember Rock Lee standing in front of Gaara, the underdog who fought like a lion, who dropped his weights and sword, and who, in falling, proved that you can lose the battle yet still win the hearts of millions forever. If this fight inspired you too, make sure to share this story with a fellow shinobi and tell us, did Rock Lee's fight against Gaara ignite your spirit to never give up? Stay tuned for more epic moments from the world of Naruto and beyond.